Okay, so Homer's head is made, and Homer's head is pretty good. We're going to just zoom in here. We're going to look at for some weird things. I did a pretty good job here at hiding this nose and really lining that nose up with that path, so that's cool. The rounded corners went ahead and they took care of that weird kind of little like sharp piece that was happening right here. The tongue, I'm going to take this thing right here and I'm going to use that width tool that we played around with earlier in the semester, and I'm just going to go ahead and open that up and just make that a little bit bigger there, and that just makes it look a lot better. I'm going to do the same thing to this line right here. Just go ahead and pull that open a little bit, and again, look at that. That makes that look a lot better. I'll tell you what, that width tool is magical. Everything else is looking pretty good. I won't lie, I've drawn Homer Simpson more times than I'd like to admit. So I think I got him down pretty good. But again, we start with a cartoon because it's really round, there's lots of curves. It's a great way to learn how to draw in Illustrator. Okay, so we've got his head taken care of. What do we do next? I'm going to make an arm. It's easy, and it's not that I'm waiting, to do the hard stuff last, but it doesn't hurt to, if you have some hard things and you're going to do them last. So let's see here. What am I going to do? I'm going to do this front arm right here, and I want to just think about how this is going to work. I'm going to have this shape here, and it's going to overlap the arm itself, so then that way I can go ahead and I can kind of put a little extra of the arm here. And then I think I'm going to use an ellipse, and I'm going to hide it behind the arm and have it try to run right along that shape. That's my plan anyway. Or I could do it by hand too. I could just have a little shape here and a little shape here. I'm going to kind of lob the hand off here, and then I'm going to draw this out like this, and then I'm going to go draw in all the extra like little lines for his fingers. So that's my plan. So I'm going to go ahead and say front arm, and let's go ahead and let's start with this. Just like this, guys. Again, I really want to try to make those really big curves if I can. That didn't work, so that's okay. I'll go ahead and I'll have a point somewhere in the middle there. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and let's make this shape here. Go ahead and make this line. Let's see if we can do that. That's a tough line. It didn't work out. So let's go ahead and let's pull it this way. It looks like it would work, but I don't need it to be that far. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the caret and come back here. Just like this. All right. Now let's draw that shoulder into place. And again, the thing I love about Illustrator is I can draw the shoulder first or I can draw the shoulder last. It doesn't matter. It's a wonderful thing. All right, now I want to draw this kind of inside part of the shirt here. Going to be a little sloppy with it. That's okay. Because again, nobody's going to see that but me and you. We're the only ones who know, right? It's our little secret. The viewer does not know. And again, this is what it looks like right now. Does it need a little tweaking, a little modification? Yeah, probably. But we'll know it much better when we start to put the actual colors on and start playing around with arrangements. Let's do the hand. I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to try to get this in one big curve. I got that. Okay, now let's come up here to the finger. Can't use the path really. I don't think so. I'm going to try. He's kind of pointing a little bit, but that's all right. Again, artistic license. It's a wonderful thing. Let's go ahead and, again, we want to try to use those paths where we can. That one doesn't work. The first one kind of worked. That one, not so much. And here we are. And again, this is just going to be like the ear. It's going to close off space. See, when I go ahead and I just throw a color on here, look at that. It's going to cover that edge of that line. And that's all we need it to do. All right, so now, last but not least, what we got to do is just got to put these little lines in here. And at this point, you know, you're starting to utilize the pen tool probably a little faster than you were before, and that's good. If you're still struggling with the pen tool, go back to those trainer drawings and experiment with them, practice with them. They can help you, okay? All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. Let's color this yellow and color this yellow. Hey, look at that. Cool. Let's color this white. Hey, look at that. It's working. Let's color this and this white. Oh, that's weird. Man, we just got to send it to back and we'll be good to go. Arrange, send it back. Bam. And we got an arm. We got a Simpsons arm. All right. This line right here, weird. Okay. And one of the reasons why it's weird, it's the angle. So I'm just going to change the angle a little bit and I'm going to bring it in here just a fair amount. And I'm going to zoom really close. Okay. Because you know what? I can't tell when I'm far away. I don't wear glasses, and you know one of the reasons why I don't wear glasses is I'm afraid to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in right here. I'm going to play around with this curve a little bit, make that just feel a little bit better. I'm going to click here. Seriously though, I've watched students for the past decade do this stuff from a really far away for some reason or another. There's this little divot right here, so I'm going to play around with that just a little bit more, get that handle to work for me a little bit more. Oh no, it doesn't look exactly like the drawing did. That's all right. Because you know what? That looks like a hand, and it's coming out of a sleeve, and it's working out. Let's check out that sleeve. Let's just go ahead and make that path work out there a little bit better. And I'm going to just color this just a shade darker than white, just kind of like an off-white. Because you know what? It's inside, and it should do that. That's what it would look like, okay? So we got a head, and we got an arm. Yes! We're like, 2 out of 6 body parts away, right? We just need a belly, another arm, and 2 legs. Sweet. Okay, so let's do the other arm, all right? That one is a simple one, too. I'll call this back arm. And this one's really easy. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tuck right into the belly here. No worries whatsoever about that. Just go straight line here. And I'm going to pull this. And I have a fill on. So let's just turn it off. Again, I turn the fill off when I draw because guess what? It's not there in real life. So it screws me up. If you like the fill when you draw, cool, good for you. I've been doing this for over 20 years and it just screws me up every single time. Now, what could I do? Should I go around this and make the line in between? That's one way to go, but instead I'm going to actually just make this finger here. And I'll explain why when I get to the other one. But it's basically because I can just overlap the other one, or actually underlap the other one. Same with this. I'll go back and I'll throw that other one in as an actual shape instead of, just making it a line. I could have made it a line, but I didn't. But I could, okay? It's totally up to me what I want to do. Notice I did not define a line here because I'm going to let the sleeve do that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's get these other digits. Make a point here. Click and pull. Click and pull. Done. Make a point here. Click and pull. This click and pull is not going to work because this finger kind of bends a little bit, which is okay. And then last but not least, let's go ahead and just draw a little line. You'll see that when you're doing this, see how pixelated it is? How do I know where to drop my lines? Well, I'm familiar with what Homer Simpson looks like, A, and B, I've done this for a while. You just start to own it, and it's okay if it doesn't work out exactly the way you expect it to, because we can go ahead and we can go in here with our anchors after the fact and modify it a little bit. Okay, so I've got that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the sleeve and I'm going right into the belly again with the sleeve. Why? Because this is going to be in the back, so no one's going to be the wiser. I'm going to use the actual belly and that part to define this. And let's color this up. Let's grab all this stuff right here. Yellow. Let's grab this here. White. Oh my god, it looks like he's been in a terrible accident, because he has. So let's just take these and say object arrange, send it back. And there we go. So there's my back arm, okay? Got my front arm, my back arm, my head. All right, 2 legs and a body, and we're out of here. So let's turn off the arms for a second, and let's really focus on the body. Now, the front arm, this one here, that's, I think, going to be my uppermost layer. My back arm, probably my backmost layer, okay? Maybe that or the leg. It doesn't matter because they both kind of live in the same kind of zone, if you would. The shirt, on the other hand, that's got to be somewhere in the middle. The head, I think, is actually going to be behind the shirt. So the shirt I need to kind of define fairly well. So we'll make a new layer. We'll call it shirt. And I'm going to start here. And I'm going to go right through the knee. And the reason why is I think the knee is going to go in front. Uh-oh, I've got the color on again, so just click it to none. Again, I do that all the time. And it's okay if you do too. Because, you know, it's great. You can change it right on the fly. It's like liquid. So let's go right through here. Highlight this. It's actually going to not be all too bad to do this. And that's a really hard line to see. So I'm going to change it from yellow to like a red. There, that's much better. So let's go ahead and let's toss this in here, have a nice little curve, bring this up here like this. Again, you're never going to see that line. Bring this here, bring this over here like this. I want a little bend in the shirt, so I'm going to put that like so. And I'm going to put this right here. And again, I want a little bend, so I want that like that. Now, will you get a little bend anyway because you have the rounded corners? Yes, you will. I just kind of wanted to over-accentuate it a little bit, that's all. Because he's a cartoon character, and he's Homer, and he should be kind of roly-poly. That's why. And there we go. That's the basis of my shirt. Yeah, seriously, it's just one big amorphous shape. And then I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I got a couple lines I got to take care of, like this. And this, and last but not least, this one. This is just a line. It's not a shape, it's just a line. Oops. Try that one more time. That'll work. Now, do you see this like triangle shape? This one right here? I'm going to make that, but I'm going to make it on the head layer because I can send it behind everything. And I think that that'll make it work out really well. And I'm going to just draw it right now really quick since I'm right here, but then I'm going to move it to another layer, okay? And I'm going to go right through his face. I'm going to go right through all this stuff. I'm going to, playing a crazy overlap game here. And just like that, okay? And let's turn on our head really quick. All right, that'll work. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to bring it down here on the head layer, and I'll make it white. I'll say object arrange, send it back. And then with this on, okay, check this out. Let's make this white. Bam, just like that, guys. Put the back arm on there. Put the front arm on there. How's it looking? Does it look like Homer yet? You know it does. Okay, cool. So we're almost there. There's a little bit weird separation going on right there. Do you see that? That hole that we have? All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this point and grab this right here, and I'm just going to pull it up a little bit. And then it's gone. All right, almost done. We need some legs. And there's 2 legs here, okay? There's this one, and then there's that one, okay? This is going to go in the back. This is going to go in the front. It's that simple. So let's make another leg. Or another layer. Front leg. And the front leg is really going to define the belly, so I have to make sure that this is a nice line. That little extra line there, I'm not going to draw that yet. I'm going to come back and put it in after the fact. So some nice curves here in Mr. Simpson for us to work with. So let's see here. Yeah, we'll start right about here. Nope, got the fill on again. I swear, I do that all the time. You're probably sick of it by now, and I'm sorry, but I do it a lot. And I don't like that line. It got too sharp down there, so I'm going to undo this again. I'll try this one more time. So let's see. I'm going to try starting somewhere else. I'm going to try starting here instead. Sometimes that happens. I'll start on one spot. It just doesn't work. And I'll go back. So sometimes you can get a better angle if you go in a different direction. And that's what I'm going to try to do here. Getting a better angle going the other way. And I think it's going to work out fine. And again, you don't know until you try. So, you know, if it doesn't work out, undo it or delete it and then come back and try a different direction. And I'm going to really have to take a look at my shirt and my pants here and see if they meet up, but I can't do it until the pants are fully formed. Then I'll do it. You know, I'll do that at the end. I'll go ahead and I'll do like what I did with the shirt there before, and I'll go and I'll look for any of those weird kind of spots like that. Okay, cool. So pant leg is made. Now let's make the shoe. Now, I'd like to point out that this part of the shoe is going to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to actually put in a different kind of shape here. And it's going to look like this. All right, so I've got that in there. Then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick another shape right here. Okay, just like that. And then what that'll allow me to do, and again, it's really big, it's really sloppy, it's okay, nobody's going to see that. But I'm going to be able to color this a lighter gray and that a darker gray because that's where a shadow lives. And anytime where I can do that, I want to just do that for myself, just to make my life easier. If I can separate things into multiple shapes. Let's see if I can get this in one line, and I can. Let's try this now, come into this line, and I got that. Okay, and then zoom in, and there's this really pixely line right here. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, no. I got to undo that. Tap the letter P again, and just meet this here. And how does it look? Pretty good. Okay, so one more layer and we're done, and then we'll revisit this and we'll go ahead and clean it up. So I'll call this back leg, and I can cut right into the front leg here. So I'm gonna pull this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to close this shape right here like this. again, it doesn't appear like a shape. We don't think of it like that because it's just, it's just lines. That is off a little bit. So I'm just going to take my handle. I'm just going to pull it in and move that out a little bit. I might need to play around with this again, just so it kind of has a nice smooth transition. Okay. And I can, again, take some artistic license. It's fine. All right. A couple more shapes and we're done. So let's just go ahead and we'll click here, and I'm going to have the front part of the shoe define the back part. So it can be kind of sloppy. Then this part of the shoe here, right? This is going to be important. So I'm going to make sure that I have a nice curve there. And that is going to now define where the bottom part of the shoe is, like this. And go right into here, right into here. Again, it's going to look like tons of lines, but after I start coloring it, it's going to be fine. And this is actually defined by the front leg, so I don't have to worry about that. So all I need to do now, guys, is 2 lines. This one from here to here, and then this last one from here to here. Okay. And there's Homer's back leg, there's his shirt, there's his front leg, there's his back arm, there's his front arm, there's his head. All right, in the next video, I'm going to color all this up. I'm going to play around with arrangements, and then we're going to find any of those weird little holes to make sure that, this looks correct. All right.